Hello, my name is Laura Palmer, and through this video I will take you through my major projects. My project explores the theme of companionship and social substitutions. Are we substituting human companionship? How can graphic design improve or spread awareness of those using substitutions when they are unable or avoiding human interaction? This is socially relevant due to the aftermath of the coronavirus pandemic, where everyone experienced social isolation and loneliness during the 2 years of lockdowns. Due to this, we all had to overcome this sense of social isolation through using substitutions to replace face-to-face interaction. I chose to delve deeper into why people choose specific substitutions when faced with social difficulties and weighing the benefits and effectiveness. Through my research, I found most people utilize 4 categories of substitutions: nurture, through animals or plants; robotics, to simulate interactions; online communities, to maintain a form of communication; and material objects, most commonly collecting. Through these conclusions, I began to develop my concept. One thing that has always irked me in our community is how some companies use their customers' social, economic, or mental status to their advantage to make further profits. This got me thinking, is there a way that I can bring this issue into my project? After a further brainstorming, I finally came up with a solid plan. My project would be to create a brand new company set a few years after the pandemic that sells different substitutions to their clients. I chose this concept as it felt best suited to really exploring why substitutions are used in a creative manner without it being basic infographics or animations. It delves deeper into the topic, exploring not only the substitutions people use, but how corporations can take advantage of their customers' needs to make a profit. This was particularly relevant since the COVID-19 pandemic, where millions suffered social isolation for the first time and were having to use these substitutions to combat their loneliness. Taking advantage of these people's social needs is something I could definitely see corporations doing in the soon future. After weeks of development, the company Connet was created. This is a play on the word connect, as it's the company's aim to connect their customers to the substitutions that they need. The name splits into 2 sections: con, symbolizing corporate greed to take advantage of their customers' needs, and net, to symbolize the future online presence of corporations as well as making a profit. The 2 letter C's is a play on copyright. Everything in corporate is trademarked or copyrighted. The large X is to better split the name to make it more obvious to the reader the symbolism of each section of the name. Once branding was complete, I could begin thinking of the exhibition and creating products that could be displayed. I aimed to display this company as if it was presenting itself at a business stall, commonly seen in large corporate conference halls. After many weeks of development, the stall was complete. The exhibit consists of 4 posters that advertise the substitutions the company sells, and each poster advertises a different substitution. The posters run in sequence from left to right to tell a narrative of how purchasing these substitutions could help the customer, ending with a powerful phrase, "Never be alone." I created these posters by using free stock images, cutting them out of their background and adding a gradient created out of the brand color scheme. The images along with the dark background allowed the posters to become cohesive to the visual of the stall and company logo. I also created a small A5 flyer that provides the viewer more information about the origins and the mission of the company. This was needed to provide a foundation of information for the viewer and will better explain the rest of the project to them. I also designed an A5 leaflet that contains information about the benefits of each type of substitution that the company sells. At the end of the leaflet, it contains information about the different substitutions the customer could subscribe to based off of the substitution they deem to be the most suitable to their situation. This is necessary for the exhibition as it contained key information about the theme of the project and would provide a better insight for the viewer. 2 different business cards were also displayed on the plinth, one representing the company Connect with information, and my own personal business card to advertise myself as a graphic designer. At business stalls, it is very common for companies to hand out freebies, so the viewer has something in hand to remind them of the corporation they just visited later on. Due to this, I chose to create pens that had the company brand to display inside a branded mug to advertise the free merchandise and to remind the viewer of my project. My dissertation is also displayed at the back of the plinth that would provide a more in-depth analysis of the topic of companionship and substitutions, which the viewer can choose to read if they wish to do so. Finally, my sketchbook is displayed at the front for the viewer to look through and witness my design process for each major assessment and how I reached to this conclusion for my final project. This sketchbook also contains digital mock-ups of more merchandise, as well as how they would look like as an online presence.